All right, what is up, guys? So welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the last video of my walk around with the Interceptor. Yesterday I tried to do a motor vlog of me riding the bike on, just like kind of opening it up, but there was a lot of traffic, and I didn't feel like the footage was worth it. So I'm going to be recording again today, and we have another Continental for 650 for company. This is not really my bike, it just happened to be here. I think this dude is running, he's running Powerage as well. Look at the discoloration. This is the mild steel exhaust. You can see like specks of rust. Not sure if you can see it, but yeah. Alright, customized as well. That's the Xana crash guard that I said I'm not a big fan of, and the reason is because, can you see that bar? There is a bar that goes right along the bend pipes, and if you crash, that's gonna take out your bend pipes as well. Alright, so a couple of things that I missed talking about yesterday. A couple of other mods that I remembered when I was going through the video. So the only two accessories that I've got from Royal Enfield are this crash guard and the sump guard. I got that when I bought the bike. Got them to install it before I rode it out of the showroom. The other mod that I did, and a kind of essential mod, is this tank rubber, right? So this is from Roadhouse Power Customs, Bangalore based, run by this guy called Lalit Sharma. So the thing with this rubber gasket for the fuel cap is that the original one is very brittle and of very poor substandard quality, and with its constant exposure to fuel, it tends to crack and tear. So if you go to Royal Enfield and tell them about it, they don't sell you a spare gasket. Instead, what they'll do is, under warranty, they will sell you they will change this, they'll change the entire lock set. So they'll change this cap, and they'll change the lock on the side panel, right? So that's pretty incredible. So for one rubber gasket, and Roadhouse Power Customs is making a killing on it, because they sell this for like close to $1,000. I think it's around $900, which for a rubber gasket would seem expensive, but then there's nobody else in the market who's offering it, right? And if you don't replace a cracked rubber seal on your fuel cap, when you lie the bike down, if you fall, or if you tilt the bike and your tank is full, or even when you're riding, if your tank is full, you will have fuel spilling out of the tank, and that's a scary situation. And if you park the bike and it happens to rain, if it's outdoors, you'll have water going into your tank, and that would again cause issues with the way the bike runs and all unnecessary things. So yeah, another bit I want to talk about was the Powerage exhaust. So these Powerage claims are direct bolt on. You don't need a gasket, they fit right on, but that's not really true. There was excessive leakage from this point. It's all stainless steel, the quality is really good, but there's no gasket. So when I went to Bangalore Motorcycles, I asked those guys to fix it, and what they did was they cut a can of an old aerosol can made of aluminium or tin or whatever, and they cut the can up and used the metal as gasket, and they sealed it. The way they check if it's sealed is they turn the bike on, they cover the exhaust with a cloth, and they check if any exhaust gases are leaking, and it was done to my satisfaction and done pretty well. So yeah. Oh, my friend's back here today. Hello. What's up? Alright, so today is a lovely Sunday. I'm planning to take my family out for lunch. Before I go, I thought I'd just do a small vlog. And yeah, and the last thing I wanted to talk about is the fuel X. So I was talking about keeping it on the 7th setting, and I just so sometimes my wife rides with me as pillion, not very often, but yeah, on the occasions that she does, after I've got the fuel X, I found that if I bump it up to the 8th level, the bike feels more torquey, and it feels like it can climb inclines effortlessly, and I just don't need to keep shifting gears. You know, I can be in a higher gear, and the torque is enough for me to pull both of us. And yeah, so combined, the bike and two of us, that's a good 400 plus kgs. And yeah, and the fuel X does a good job. So the fuel X keeps your engine cool, bumps up torque, provides enough fuel for these mods with the air filter and the slip on. And yeah, alright, so let's get cracking. I'm gonna take you on a short ride, and yep, let's see how traffic is today. I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, and if you want to take another look at this Continental GD, here it is. He's running a Sahara seat, tank pads, grips, bar end weights. Yeah, he's got a this brake reservoir. You got adjustable levers, Timson tires, Zana crash guard, Powerage slip-ons. What else? These small tiny LED indicators, and yeah, that's all the mods I can see at the moment. And I think he's running fog lights because he's got this button. I see a lot of people run hazard lights. I don't see the need for it. Oh yeah, and he's also got this oil cover, the cap that comes from Royal Enfield. Looks cool, doesn't it? You want to see mine? Mine's the basic plastic one. So yeah, does the job. Maybe if I have some money to blow, I'll probably get it. So let's do this. Let's go on a ride. It's now on the 8th setting. I haven't changed it from yesterday. Yesterday my wife and me went out, and I bumped it up to the 8th setting, and I haven't changed it. So let's see how it does with just me. I mean, I know there's going to be a little more fuel, but that's okay. Alright, I hope the camera angle is good, and you can see. Just gonna strap on my lid, and yeah, we're good to go. So this is the view. So yeah, and a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about when you're doing some of these mods, right? So and the guys who've done these mods for me. So the way to speed tubeless conversion is done by Bhushan, great guy. He does most of the installs for the way to speed parts. It looks like there's still a lot of traffic today. But never mind. Right, so Bhushan did the way to speed tubeless conversion, and it's been holding up pretty well. I think that's the most essential mod for an Interceptor with these rims. So the rims are actually Royal Enfield is like, they've put in some good cycle parts other than the suspension. The suspension's made by Gabriel, which is one of the best Indian motorcycle, and they make suspension components for cars as well. But other than the suspension not being really up to the mark for the kind of riding that I want to do, I mean, if you want to chill and ride, I guess it's okay. But if you want to hustle this bike, that suspension is not the best for the kind of roads that we have in India. Yeah, and the rest of the cycle paths, let me get out of this little maze. Yeah, so the rest of the cycle paths that Royal Enfield's used, like the brakes, blasting horn, right? See, the truck guy got excited listening to my horn. Oh, it's empty. Let's whack it. Oh, look at this guy on an Activa, man. Huge guy. He must be at least 6.5 feet tall. Look at him. Okay, so in terms of the components that I was talking about, let me not get distracted. I think I need to cue Kanye. Kanye is not Kanye. Is that Kanye? Oh, that's Kendrick. ADHD, yeah. So there's nothing wrong essentially with the spoke rims. They're of really high quality. They're made in Japan. They are manufactured by XL, world renowned manufacturer. It's a high quality product, you know. I mean, nobody in India, no Indian manufacturer offers this. They coupled the you know, the aluminium Japanese rims with Pirelli tires. I mean, Italian tires. So these tires are standard on most of the classic modern classic bikes like the Bonneville. They're still sold with the Interceptor in the UK and in other countries abroad, I guess. But India during COVID banned the import of tires because they wanted to encourage local manufacturers, which is why Seat came into the picture, and Seat took their own sweet time to make a tubeless version for the Interceptor. And Vredestein is a Dutch, is a famous Dutch tire manufacturer, and they have been bought by Apollo, so that's the reason they were owned by Apollo, which is why. Oh, the huge guy is behind me. Haha. Oh wow, that's an X-Pulse. Heavily modified, huh? So I got invited by a friend to attend an MRF off-road rally today, but I couldn't make it. Yeah, so coming back to the cycle paths, so that's about the rims. There's nothing essentially wrong with them. It's just that with a 200 plus kg motorcycle, when you encounter a puncture, it's near impossible to move the bike, you know, and with the tube setup, there's a lot that you need to do to fix it. So yeah, and that's an issue. Okay, big traffic jam here. I'm gonna take a U-turn and I'm gonna go back. Yeah, unnecessary, right? I should have just taken a U-turn there, but I didn't. Okay, so yeah, what else was I saying? The brakes are pretty good. I've had situations where I've literally, like, you know, braked at the last minute, and given, like, I've thought I wouldn't be able to, like, stop the bike, but a little bit of extra pressure on the brake lever, and this bike has, like, literally stopped on a dime. And it's a heavy bike, yeah. So I've been pretty impressed with the brakes compared to the X-Pulse. The brakes on this, the X-Pulse brakes are not really bad, but they aren't very sharp, because that's a dirt bike, right? They don't want you to have very sharp braking on the front, because if you have sharp braking on the dirt and you're you're not really experienced like I am in the dirt, you're gonna go down. With the Interceptor, the brakes are this is a road bike, so the brakes are really good. They do now with after like 10,000 kilometers plus and 3 years, the lever is coming in and feels like I need to change them. So even though this is a bi-brake, these are bi-brake pistons and calipers, the pads that Royal Enfield has put on this bike are from Brembo, and these are Brembo sintered brake pads, and they are expensive and they are of high quality. They cost, I think, around 3,000 bucks for a single brake pad. Yeah. So let's see when I give it for service. Let me see what the state of it is. The chain is of, again, good quality. The chain is I think the chain is a DID, if I'm not mistaken. Again, high quality. The fueling is from Bosch. A lot of good quality components on this motorcycle that are really good. Yeah, in terms of riding this bike loves to cruise at it loves to cruise at about I would say around 4,000 RPM, where you're doing about 100. 100 is like the the zen kind of zone of this bike. You can go, you can push this bike up to 170, 180, but between 100 and 120 is where this bike is in its, in its like calm zen kind of zone. Anything above that and it starts, you realize that you're going fast. So maybe if the suspension was more compliant, you'd feel more confident, but yeah. So again, heavy traffic today, and I'm not gonna take I'm not gonna take the inside road. I'll show you. I'll give you an idea of why I don't use this bike generally in the city, other than for short roundabouts. I don't use it to commute to office and stuff. That role has been delegated specifically to a specialist, which is the X-Pulse. That bike is just incredible at that, at doing that and handling these kind of roads. Excuse me, sorry, I've got a bad cough. The weather here is not the best if you have allergies. And yeah, so this bike is like really torquey. I love the sound that these exhausts make. And yeah, so I am choking a bit. So this is the kind of quality of roads that we have here. Absolute rubbish, right? If you have a back problem, you're in for trouble, like me, riding this bike. And if you don't have a back problem, you're gonna get one for sure. Look at it. Just look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look. I don't know. I don't know what the government. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. There's no point, It's kind of like we middle class guys have kind of just given up, I think, and there's no point talking about it, because it's just nothing's gonna change. Maybe this is me being skeptical, but I've only watched the city get worse and worse in the name of development. This is another crappy road. Dude's got his indicator out, so yeah. Alright, so I want to actually stop recording, but I guess I'll let it play for a bit because you know, the exhaust sounds nice. Maybe you want to hear that. Uh-oh, does this guy wanna... That's an idiot, man. So there is a right turn there. He doesn't have his indicator on. How am I supposed to dream? Or like, I don't know, man, what's up with these guys? Yeah, and this is your average Bangalore road, right? So this is actually not in very bad condition, like you can see, but the roads are crap. So for this city, there's only one bike, and there's only one bike that can handle the kind of crappy roads, and that's the Express, which is why I keep this bike. I keep this bike solely for the highway. I do not enjoy riding this motorcycle. Whoop, whoop. See? Not a crappy roads. Alright. So let's give you a sound bite before you go. This is how it sounds. Yep. So that's a short motovlog of the Interceptor. I'll probably I will do a longer vlog, a better vlog rather. I don't want to say long because I'm getting feedback from friends that, hey man, your video is like 30 minutes long, bro, what's up with you? Like, how many people do you think are gonna watch it? So yeah, not a longer vlog, just a vlog maybe when I take this on the highway for a long ride with some open roads, so I can show you how it performs, how it sounds, and maybe yeah, show you some other bikes as well, some cooler, more expensive bikes than this, inline fours and triples and stuff like that. Alright, so yeah, and with that I'm wrapping this up. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Alright, and there's one thing that I forgot to tell you while I was riding on the ring road through traffic, because it's hard to focus. Vlogging while you're riding is kind of challenging, so yeah, let me get to it. I wanted to talk about the seat. So this seat was built by Rao Seats, based out of Shivaji Nagar in Bangalore, and he's like one of the only guys. I'm sure there are others, but he's one of the most famous guys who does this, and he has an insane amount of business. I met this guy about 15 years back when I got my seat for the RD350 from him. He's the only guy who at that point as well who would make seats for, you know, bikes like this. and he's got a long list of customers of Interceptors. So the thing is with these seats, he sells ready-made seats, like you saw on the other bike as well, right? The Sahara seat. I would not recommend that you buy ready-made seats. I would strongly suggest that you build a custom-made seat. So this seat as well, for example, when I went to buy a seat that's more comfortable to sort out my issue because of the lack of back support on the flat bench seat on the stock Interceptor, they offered me ready-made seats immediately and said, you know what, just put it on and you can go. But the thing is, if you want the right amount of back support and you want to have something that you can ride for hours, so with this seat I've ridden to Pondicherry, I've ridden to Chikmagalur, and I've not had to get off the bike more than once or twice. I mean, I've stopped because of general body fatigue, not because of my butt going numb, not because of backache. The seat is supremely comfortable, and the reason is because I got this custom built. You have to sit on how you like to sit on the bike, and you have to tell them where you want the butt stop to be placed, how much of it needs to be scooped out. It has to be built to the proportions of your body, and you know, one size doesn't fit all, right? It's not a cap. So we all have different kind of posteriors, so getting one custom made is really important if you want that kind of comfort. Yeah, that's the only addition I wanted to tell you about, and I will see you on the next one. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and yeah, like, share, comment, share this with your friends who love bikes, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye bye.